Hi, I'm Alan Fire. I was president of ATD in 2014. And if I could go back and say anything to myself, I would say dream as big as you want to dream. I think that all presidents would benefit from dreaming big. And one of the things that will help you dream big is to delegate as much as possible. There's so many people willing to work, whether they've got a title and they're on the board, or if they're just somebody who just wants to be involved. So delegate so much that you can do some big dreams and persist. It's okay to persist and keep on and not always take no for an answer, because volunteers, we sometimes give volunteers a pass, and we should have grace, but we should also hold volunteers accountable, because if it's worth doing, it's worth having some accountability around it, right? So I think that that's also an important thing. Dream big, enable that by delegating, and be persistent. It's okay to hold volunteers to a decent standard, even though we're all volunteers. Many hands make light work. So if you spread things out and delegate to a lot of different people, then that keeps burnout from happening. And I think it's a good idea to have a past president's council. I'm glad that we have one here in Central Iowa. It helps me stay in touch. A lot of people serve as president, usually toward the earlier parts of their careers when they have time. And so it's a way for past presidents to stay in touch with what's going on currently. It's also a chance to give back. And I know it sounds like cheesy or cliche or whatever, but it's true that people who are interested in talented development are interested in developing other human beings. There's usually kind of like a personal mission behind that. And so giving back is a very natural tendency for a lot of us to want to do. So let's keep on giving back. And then finally, volunteers can burn out, and we want them to dream big and do a lot of stuff. So if we can act as a support, either just advice or moral support, or lift the load in different ways at some points, that's probably a decent thing for us to be able to do. So thank you very much for listening, and keep serving.
Hi, I'm Sarah Giesler and was Central Iowa Chapter President in 2016. I have 3 pieces of advice that I would give to myself back in 2016. The first is to use data. Find data on your chapter members through social media, through surveys, through anything that you can do to really gather a good response of what your chapter is needing and what your chapter is wanting. My second advice would be to set a really strong strategy. Make sure that your board of directors understands the direction that the chapter is trying to take and how you're going to build a strategy that can really foresee that occurring over several years. And finally, have a strong succession plan. Being able to have a succession plan that allows your chapter to grow and thrive is so vital. I'm so honored to get to be a part of the past presidents and able to really help continue to shape and form the direction of the Central Iowa chapter. It is through this involvement that I'm able to gather insights from fellow colleagues, as well as be able to make sure that my current learning and development professional team is fully engaged in everything that our chapter is doing.
Hello, I'm Rowena Crosby, the 2002 past president of the Central Iowa chapter and current member of the Past President's Council. What advice would I give to my younger self when preparing to take on the role of chapter president? There are 3 things. First, know that your hard work will be worth it. You're not only contributing positively to your industry, you're growing as a leader. Second, embrace every opportunity you have to engage with your peers in the international organization. And third, make time for friendships, in addition to building your professional affiliations.